Good morning and welcome to our home. Today is April 18th, 2024. My name is Becky from the Seasonal Homestead. It has been almost 2 years since we have done a day in the life, and it is time to do another because life has changed quite a bit now that we have a baby in the house. The time just goes by so fast. Riggs is almost 1 year old now, but he is still nursing, he's still in diapers, he still has a lot of needs. So a lot of our day revolves around helping him, and it has been so much fun to have another new little family member over the past year, and so good for my older kids. They just really enjoy having him in our house. Last night I was doing an inventory kind of to see what we could make for breakfast this morning, and I noticed we were all out of our sourdough bread, which is a staple for us. So usually we'll just have like toast and eggs and sausage or just no meat at all. And so since we were out, I was prepping a little bit in advance, and something that I'd really wanted to try for a long time is sourdough pancakes. So I refreshed my sourdough starter, so I had a lot of starter to use, and I made these pancakes out of it. At 6 a.m., our oldest, Cruz, he leaves for seminary and for school. And for those who are unfamiliar, seminary is a scripture study class for high school age youth in our church. So he was gone before I even woke up this morning. He has his license now, which is also different from the last time we did this day in the life. He wakes up himself and just gets himself ready and leaves, which is really, really nice. That means that Cam can kind of stick around and help me a little bit in the morning. And then Cam is usually off by 7:45 or 8 in the morning to go to his full-time job. And I get to stay home with our other 4 kids.
Can you put away that sausage on the table?
So usually by the time that I get up and nurse Riggs, change his diaper, get him dressed, get myself ready and dressed, and then go make breakfast and clean up breakfast, feed him, then it's time for him to go down for his first nap of the day. While I was doing that, my older kids went outside, and they are the ones who are primarily in charge of taking care of our chickens. So they let them out in the morning, they get them food and water, and they also move the chicken tractors each morning. Several weeks ago, we made some adjustments to our chicken tractors. We have 5 tractors, they're all numbered, and the numbers are on there because the kids take turns each day doing a different number. So we have a chart, and they have a specific number that they are responsible for each day. We had all of our turkeys together in one coop. We have 2 hens and a tom, but one of the hens went broody and started to sit on a clutch of eggs. So we separated her out from the other 2. They have their own turkey tractor, and then she has her own little spot too. The other thing that we did differently is we moved coop number 1 all the way down to our orchard, and we have a set of chickens there as well. I laid Riggs down for a nap while the kids were outside, and then I switched over my laundry. I'm just washing our sheets because I'm going to switch out some of our bedding today. We always have like a ton of blankets on us in the winter, and then once it gets closer to summertime, I need to take some of those off and switch them out. So Riggs had not fallen asleep when I first laid him down before, so I took him out again and just snuggled him a little bit, and then I finally got him down for his first nap of the day for real this time. He did not want to go down easily today, and now the kids have started their math. They can do a little bit independently, but I'm actually gonna go and help them in a minute. But first, I need to publish a video. I have another video that I am working on right now. I'm just adding a few things to the video description, and then it'll be up, and I'm gonna go help Noelle with She has a math game that she wants to do, and then we read history together, and then we read a literacy book together.
5, 7.
5. We are going to take a little break from our day in the life and tell you about our sponsor for this video, Birch Living. Birch makes mattresses that are crafted with organic and all-natural materials that have been sustainably sourced. It is the time of year to do a lot of spring cleaning, and we have been doing that and trying to refresh our home a little bit, and also kind of switching out some of our heavier bedding for lighter bedding. And one thing that we think about as we are spring cleaning is how to get rid of any unnecessary toxins and allergens. This is a great time to take a look at how you can do that. A mattress is a great place to start because we spend so much time sleeping and our face and our body is right in it all night long. We are so glad that we updated our mattress. We upgraded to a Birch Luxe mattress. The mattress is free from polyurethane foams, which can cause harmful off-gassing, and it is also free from fiberglass, which can be detrimental to your health. We have worked really hard to try and change our health and what we eat, and it just makes sense for us to switch over the mattress as well. So I highly recommend their mattresses. They're really comfortable. We switched over the boys' mattresses a few months ago, and with your Birch mattress, you get a 100-night sleep trial along with a 25-year warranty. If you're looking to upgrade your sleep, it is the perfect time to check out Birch Living. You can get 20% off a Birch mattress plus 2 free EcoRest pillows by visiting my link, birchliving.com/seasonal homestead. Once the kids finished their school, they started to play board games for a little bit, and then Riggs woke up and I started to make lunch. And on a normal day, if we have leftovers available, we will always eat leftovers for lunch. So what happens a lot of times though is that my kids will eat the leftovers for breakfast, and then we don't have anything for lunch to eat. So this morning we had a good breakfast, but we didn't have any leftovers from the night before. We ate everything, so I decided to make a very simple lunch. I usually don't do too much meal planning because we eat so seasonally, and our meals are constantly changing, as well as our schedule is constantly changing. So it gets a little bit frustrating to me to meal plan and then have it change completely, and then sometimes I have wasted food because of that. So what I have found that has worked for us is if we take out several things of meat at the beginning of the week and just let them thaw and have them ready in the refrigerator or the cold room to eat for lunch or dinner, that just works so much better, and it's a lot more flexible for being able to use things that we have outside in the garden. With all that said, what I decided to make for lunch on this day was a salad. We have a ton of lettuce mix that we need to eat and go through, and then I had some chicken breast thawed, and we just fried that up in a pan and got it cooked. And then I chopped that up to put on top of the salad. And then I also put some olives on the salad, some green onions from the garden, a little bit of feta cheese, and then we already had some homemade dressing made. Every Thursday afternoon, Cam's mom does piano lessons with the kids, and she is not local. They live in Idaho, so she calls through FaceTime and they do piano lessons that way.
Okay, here's my hand.
Okay. Sometime during their lessons, I put Riggs down for his second nap of the day, and no, he doesn't actually take lessons, but he was just there having fun, and Grandma usually likes to say hi to Riggs before he goes down for his nap. Usually Cam doesn't get home until about 5 o'clock, but he surprised me today and he came home early, which was really nice because he helped me to clean up things a little bit and kind of get caught up with what I needed to do. I was very grateful for the help but Cam needed to go do another meeting, so he was just doing that from the house, and I cleaned up the salad and the chicken. We had a lot of leftover, which is great. It's the way I really like to do it. Just have a bunch all washed and ready to go in the refrigerator so that when people are hungry, it's ready to eat. This is our version of convenience food. If it's out in the garden, it's a lot less likely to get eaten. At the beginning of this month, April, we finished up our 3 months of no grocery shopping for the pantry challenge. One pantry staple that I always like to have on hand is preserved lemons. And during those 3 months of no grocery shopping, we ran out of our preserved lemons. So I needed to make another batch, and I'm making a double batch here. It is a very simple process. I always make sure that I get organic lemons. Unfortunately, with the condition of my lemon trees, these are not from my trees. I just got them from the grocery store, but I wash them off really good, and then we roll them in salt and we put them in jars. And then for part of the lemons, we squeeze the lemon juice over the top so that they're all submerged in the liquid. And then I put a weight on the top of that. While I was working on that, Cam got started on dinner because my preserved lemon process was going really slow. So he offered to help with dinner, and he is getting some sweet potatoes ready to roast in the oven. We're going to have some grilled steak tonight and some grilled asparagus.
I'm gonna go there.
The final step for these preserved lemons is to put on a fermentation lid. So that is what these little silicone things are. They just help the jars to burp out any extra gases that build up. And from my experience, preserved lemons don't really build up that much air in the jar, but I just put them on there just in case. We are cooking up some of our pasture-raised beef that is 100% grass-fed. We love the taste of it. And then these are asparagus from the garden. Cam just puts on some oil and salt and pepper and grills them. And I am really glad that he took over the grilling because it is not my strong suit. And he is just a lot better at it than I am. So I went and I gave Riggs a bath during this time. And if you're wondering, Cruz, our oldest, he still was not home at this point. He actually didn't get home until 11 o'clock because he had a track meet and it was down an hour and 45 minutes away. So we usually go to his home meets, but when they're far away, he just takes the bus. We try and eat dinner together as a family as much as possible. That's something that is really important to us. And then once we finished up that, we cleaned up dinner, and then we got to do one of my favorite parts of the day. It is a new routine that started when we moved one of our chicken tractors down to the orchard. So every night we need to put up the chickens. Originally the plan was to build this coop down there that had an automatic door, automatic water, automatic feeder, but I just felt like it was just going to take too long to get that to happen, and I really wanted to try and put chickens down there. So Cam and I started to take a walk each night at dusk and put the chickens away together. Sometimes if Riggs is not tired, he comes with us, so he's with us here. But for the most part, it's just Cam and I, and it is so nice because days are just busy and chaotic, and when you have a lot of kids, it's really loud. We don't get a ton of time to talk to each other during the day, so it is just so nice to be able to have a little bit of alone time at the end of each day, and it's just one of my very favorite new routines. So once we got back inside, we usually gather as a family and we say a prayer, and then all the kids go to bed, or at least in theory they would go to bed. Cam and I usually each have our own little list of things that we need to get done after the kids are in bed, and mine usually includes some computer work. I'm either editing, writing a blog post, or checking my emails and responding to emails. And a few hours after that, we head to bed, and this is where our day in the life concludes because I was so tired that I couldn't record anymore to show you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this look inside our home and our lives, and we will see you on the next video.